Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hey, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Just wanted to come on here early and briefly and just talk about the overall stock market really briefly. Hey, first, this is brought to you today by Moo. Hey, you got to get the account funded to get your 5.1%. That is a Moo. Make sure you get that funded today. 5.1%. That's better than bonds right now. Okay, I'm just telling you, on your uninvested money. Let's go right into it. So there's a lot going on. There's a huge disparity in the indices. Okay, and then I want to talk about something at the end of this. Okay, so what I mean is it's very, very mixed. Where's that headline? Look at this, good people. It says stock market news today. U.S. stocks split as Fed favorite inflation gauge cools. Okay, his favorite inflation gauge cools, and that's PCE. I'm going to go right to that in a minute. Let me pull up where we are on these indices, and then I'll show you exactly why it is so mixed. Let's look at this, right? So let me blow that up for you. One more. There we go. So as we can see, good people, the Dow is killing it, and the NASDAQ is tanking. Look at that big gap in the NASDAQ and the Dow. The S&P is pretty flat. So it all depends on what type of stock you have, what sector you have. The Dow stock are killing it. But the NASDAQ is not, right? For those of you that are playing the cues, it was, I'll be honest with you, it was something fishy going on. It's like they do that, I call it the royal flush, where they see where your prices are and then they, boom, they flush it down, make sure they trigger your stop losses, and then they make money both ways, down and up, the big boys. Only speculation, all right? All right, so let's just keep it going. We will always outsmart the system, and we will always continue to make what? Money, like the song says. You know what? Let's go ahead and get this PCE data in, because it is actually really proven itself to be really good, and it shows that inflation, it gives me a peek into the future. I personally think that the Fed will, in fact, be cutting rates in 2024.
And now we're at 8:30 Eastern. I'm going to check out the wires as they spin by, and the numbers are starting to populate. Let's look at personal income and spending. Jobless claims hitting the wires first. 218,000 on initial jobless claims, spot on with what the analyst expected. 218. 1,927,000 for continuing claims. We just popped over the 1.9 million I was referencing. It hasn't happened since November of 2021, when we were at 1,964,000. So that is something to pay attention to. Let's watch those yields. Personal income up 0.2%, exactly as expected. If you look at the spending side, also up 0.2, exactly as expected. Real personal spending, accounting for inflation, deuces are wild, also up 0.2%, which is 1/10 better than we were looking for. Now, all three are less than the rear view mirror. Revisions haven't hit the wires yet. And this one, the middle one, particularly on the spending side, that's coming off of up 0.7. So we want to pay attention to any revisions that might come down the pipe. Now let's get into the real important numbers. Personal consumption expenditure, the deflator, month over month, expected to be up 1/10, is unchanged. Goose egg following up 0.4%. Moderation there. Now we go from month over month to year over year, expecting a number 3.1, and comes in at 3%, comes in at 3%. And this one we need to reference history. 3% is a new cycle low on this, and the last time we were anywhere near that level would be March of 2021, when it was 2.7%. Okay, now let's back to month over month. This time, the core PCE month-over-month deflator expected to be up 0.2, up exactly 0.2. Now, the biggie, personal consumption expenditure, core deflator year over year, 3.5 expected, 3.5 delivered. In the rearview mirror, we had 3.7, which was the lowest going back to May of 2021. So we see that these numbers are moderating on some of the issues regarding personal consumption expenditures.
So here's an abbreviated version of that. Thank you. We like it. Now, this is from the Patreon. Man, we have some great people over in the Patreon that kind of helps out a little bit. And this is one of the gentlemen. So if you guys could just take a snapshot of that, and then we'll go from there. OK, so that is the numbers of the PCE and jobless claims. Right. So now, you know, it's like, remember when good news was good news, and then good news turned into bad news. And then now I think because of where inflation is showing that it is cooling off, with all of the data coming out, that now I believe that good news now will start to equal good news. Okay. Now the Fed will, I believe the Fed is closer to cutting rates, and most do, than raising rates. Okay. So that's what's going on. Govern yourselves accordingly. You know, I know there's a lot of people playing the Qs, a lot of people playing Tesla. And I will tell you that right now, and I saw a report on Yahoo Finance where there was an analyst that said, and I agree with him, if you were in the Magnificent Seven, you were killing it this year. And then in other stock, not so much, okay, and some down. I think that will broaden out into next year where it's not just going to be held to tech, you know, AI stock, the Mag 7, but it's going to be a broader bounce up. Now, I also believe that in January-ish, we could have a pullback. I expect it to be in January. If not, thank God, you know. But I expect January for there to be a slight cool off. I mean, we've been really killing it, and then we turn around and we're still going up right now. And I'm still a fan of, I'm still believing that we could have a slight tick up even at the end of the year. Listen, this is the last day of the month, the last day of the month. So for all the links below, I just told you, this is the last day of the month. Stock up you, Moo, okay? And then thank you for my guy in the Patreon. This is the Patreon. This is us, Stock Mo, myself, Keenan Grace, Stocks with Josh, sharing with you all of our trades. That is the Stock Squad. All three of those links will be below. Take advantage of all three. All right, let's keep it going. Here's what I want to talk about. I made a video saying, you know, black people need to do this, right? And, you know, whenever you do something like that, it becomes highly controversial, okay? But what we must do first before we react, I always say research before you react, right? And see what a person is saying before you have a major meltdown, right? Because if you see what I'm saying or you listen to what I'm saying, everything I'm saying is true, right? It really is true. So this is the video right here, right? 3 things black people need to know now. Now, I titled it that to get the attention of some people, but that video is for everybody. I want you to listen to it from beginning to end and then leave a comment. I'm going to leave that video. You'll see a box that come up here at the end after you check out the links below, okay? So this is what I want to say. Somebody said, I believe it was on that one, hey, man, we ain't got that much time. Bro, we ain't got that much time. I'm 42. First of all, I laughed when you said I'm 42. Man, most people that are listening to me that are 42, you're going to be here 20 years from now. Most will be here 25 years from now. Like, just think about that. You said you're 42, right? And I'm not going to show the comment because I don't want to put anybody on blast. You said, hey, I'm 42. I ain't got that kind of time. Well, I can tell you right now, from 42 to 62, 62 it used to be the retirement age, but nobody could afford to retire at 62 anymore, right? But I'm just telling you, knowing what I know now, from 42 to 62, even if you started today, you can be a millionaire without a lot of hard work, without day trading, just investing in good companies right now. The likelihood you could be a millionaire at 42. And the truth be told, where you gonna be? What you gonna do? When you gonna go? So you've been living you've been living not right financially all your life. Okay? So it took you 42 years to get to where you're at now. But you want to become rich overnight. And I could tell you're 42, but your financial teaching or what you've learned is more like 12. And I'm not trying to, go in on anybody, but it's the truth. You can't see what you can't see, right? If you grow up let me break this down. If you grow up in a neighborhood and there's drugs and there's violence and you see all your friends getting killed. I used to do a lot of work in the hoods with young men. And they used to tell me all the time, hey, I'm not going to live past 18 anyway, says the 14-year-old. That's horrible. So you can't see what you can't see. I get it. But what I'm telling you is I grew up in the hood. What I'm telling you is that I saw watch somebody get shot and die in my arms, right? But what I'm telling you is don't let this suit fool you. I grew up in the belly of the beast. What I'm telling you is to get started today and change your life, right? And not just for you. Start it out for your kids. I guarantee you the person that made that comment, you got kids. So if you just want to do and eat for yourself and don't feed your kids and your kids' kids, then you're selfish. I'm just going. Now that I am telling you, you're just selfish. You're narrow-minded. You have short vision, and we have to stop that. All of us, we have to stop that. Living for today and not for tomorrow. Okay. So what I'm telling you is all you got to do is change your spending habits. I'm telling you what to do working the same job. Change your spending habits. I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you're going to spend hundreds of dollars between now and Christmas. And so when you come and say, I don't have that kind of time, then continue to live the way you're living. You don't deserve this if that's your mindset. Okay, Larry, I ain't got time for that. So what you want to do is get rich quick. But what you're going to wind up doing is losing everything. And you, sir, deserve it. I'm sorry. Y'all saw how I started out nice and I ended up early because it's just foolishness. Now, if somebody 14 said that, I can understand it. If somebody 21 said that, then I'm a little, but 42, come on, bro. Do what's right for your family, man. Do what's right for you. Grow up, put your big boy pants on. There I go again. See, y'all made me lose it. I was cool at first, and then I lost it. You notice I was stuttering at the beginning of this because I just didn't want to go there. But I'm trying to shake this brother and say, wake up. Wake up. 10 years from now, you're going to wish you had started today. 20 years from now, you really going to wish you had started today when you got to go to the Wednesday restaurant because you could only afford the senior citizens meal. Then you put yourself in that situation. All right, I'm done with that. All right, check out the links below. Watch this video. I love you guys. I know this one is different. I didn't start out this way, but my blood started to literally boil as I further thought about this comment. I'm sorry, good people. I'm sorry, brother. I'm here to help you. Sometimes we just need tough love. All right. I love you guys for real. I love you enough to tell you the truth. Live, love, laugh, and learn.